Let's see if it's gonna be enough. Here comes the Spirit. They might be getting a first blood here. They will be getting a first blood here. Kaboo on his IO. Nicely done. 2 supports taking down that 1 Windrunner.
Yeah, and to make matters worse, the rune even spawned bottom. The only reason Ohio stuck around was to maybe deward and get the rune here, but yeah, instead he gave away first blood, and Mushi doesn't have a rune, so he has Bottle Crow.
Yeah, and I mean he did place that sentry there, and he knows that he can counterward the ward up top. He probably knows that it's there. The
Speaking of top,
is,
Icy on the top lane.
Ooh, Icy running for his life. Here comes the Impale. Icy might be able to do something to Net here still. Well, you can at least attack him.
Yeah.
No? Okay. Wow, okay.
That indeed felt really weird. I mean, he could have attacked Nat and actually might have gotten, or at least pulled him, yeah, forced out more region than this.
Yeah,
but
I think so too. But yeah, I mean, Icy still goes down there. And Ohio indeed wasting a sentry ward because he's not going to try and counter ward now because he would have to walk up to the high ground if he wants to try and take it down, which is not really safe as he has noticed.
Yeah, but I think he should have seen the rotation from the Keeper of the Light coming out now, so he should probably feel a bit more safe. This time around he's only up against the Wisp, but he just feels secure just getting these Ancients. He's probably going to go back down there once the rune spawns again, just to be able to secure it for his mid lane.
Yep, KYXY in the meantime, 19 for 6 on last hits. He is a little bit behind on the Tiny. Tiny is sitting on 25 to 6 right now, so Tiny getting a little bit ahead there, but overall, it should be okay. KYXY, when he's level 6, he'll try to probably get some more pushes going, and of course go for split pushes as well. I'm kind of curious about his item build, if he's just going to go for the standard Vlads and everything like that. Or if he is going to go for, well, after Vlads, which he, looking at his item build, still is going to go for. Maybe also going for Necronomicon. I mean, sometimes Necronomicon, sometimes BKB. Really depends on what type of game they're expecting. Ohio, it might be in a little bit of trouble there, but Ikabu and Alanum not able to find it in time.
I think much like last game, BKB is going to be a really important item on either of the cores on orange side. Maybe not the Windrunner, but of course I think Mushi and KYXY, I think they have to go. Oh,
where's the toss, Lanham? Doesn't matter. There's a toss. That's gonna be a kill. Io actually, Kabu with the kill. That's gonna be another kill going the way of Rattlesnake. Second one on the Windrunner, of course. Ooh, and they do teleport in. This is Windrunner again. Ohio, what you doing there? It's only level 2. Can't really try to kill off anything, but at least take some experience. That's nice.
Yeah, but it was really ballsy. If Lanem had actually a bit more mana, that would have been another kill. But oh well. Top lane, there's currently 2 Rattlesnake heroes standing there. I'm not sure why. I think Icy could easily just farm in the jungle and let Keeper of the Light just defend by himself. If he just spams out the Illuminate, I don't really see Orange actually killing him, so it doesn't really feel like they have to be there with 2 heroes, but it's their decision to make.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Icy is getting some experience, but I agree. Going into the jungle might be more beneficial for him at the moment. And maybe they just value trying to shut down KYXY so high that they are okay with giving up some experience on their Nature's Prophet for it. In the meantime, we've got a smoke up. It is Net and Extinct that look for maybe a pick up mid. They've got, of course, the Disruption combination with the Impale and the Mana Burn, and no Soul Catcher though, but might be able to make something happen there. Courier will fly over them, won't see them.
Are they actually looking for the DK? Yeah, they are. Okay. For some... okay. I thought they might be going for the Wisp because it felt like Ohio was baiting him, but no, they're looking at this mid lane.
Whoa, there's something wrong with the particles for this butterfly. Disruption goes off, Luo. Impale. Is it enough? Yeah, it's enough with Mushi's Sonic Wave. Look, did you see the butterfly? The particles effect fly all over your screen?
Oh yeah, it really does. Wow, that feels... Oh.
What's the bug?
It's really hard to miss this career.
Yep. Sagam gives himself some more mana, goes for the mana leak. Mushi though blinks forward, one more hit, boom. That's another kill. This is Mushi starting up. He looked and watched the blood go for a little while longer, of course, while the mana leak was on him. But ran away afterwards. So 2-0 for now, and this is not going to be Mushi's last rotation. I mean, this is the place where Mushi feels most comfortable on his Queen of Pain, and he is going to make sure that it continues to be comfortable by just continuously ganking and finding kills.
Yeah, and there's quite a few heroes he can actually gank. I mean, Wisp is really squishy. Nature's Prophet right now is really squishy as well. He's only sitting in level 2. I'm sorry, I really don't like to bash on players, but I think Icy has made a big mistake with just staying on the top lane.
Oh
He
my
could
god, you're
be
bashing
level...
on players.
Yeah, or flaming them. But yeah, I think he could be a lot higher leveled and have a lot more farm if he just stayed in the jungle.
He could have.
Yeah.
It's really about how high they value slightly the lane KYX by. KYX by though in levels, level 6, he's a level lower than the Tiny, so that's good for them, but in terms of last hits, KYX by is sitting exactly even with the Tiny. In terms of net worth, that's also going the way of KYX by. So overall, it didn't work. So yeah, it wasn't worth sacrificing the Nature's Prophet for, well, for trying to shut down KYX by.
Yeah, exactly. Interestingly enough, Mushi is he going for a Dagon? Because he picks up his Staff of Wizardry and has still the no talisman he has from the laning stage.
You could just go for an Orchid.
I think...
Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
No,
what am I saying?
That's the wrong one, yeah. I think it's actually not that bad, considering that really everyone on Rattlesnake's side is really squishy. Even Tiny only has, quote-unquote, 1000 HP. Which is not that much, to be honest, and of course DK will be a lot harder because he has more armor and stuff, or he should get more HP by the time, but in general, Wisp, Keeper of the Light, and Nature's Prophet are really squishy targets.
Yep, very easy pickoffs for him. So yeah, it could be definitely an option, especially, yeah, IO, if you relocate in, you can take down the IO straight away. That's gonna be worth it. 1 Scream, 1 Dagon charge, 1 dead IO. Worth it. IO, by the way, he's got both kills that Rattlesnake has so far. Doing pretty nice for support. And he's actually keeping up with the Dragon Knight almost. Only 600 gold behind in terms of net worth. Dragon Knight, though, he of course got shut down hard in the mid lane by Mushi. He got the Knight a lot. He is level 7 right now, while Mushi is level 8. So there's a full level difference here on the two of them. And Luo, I mean, he's still got normal boots. Quite tough for him. What's Mushi doing anyway?
Mushi, I think he's just looking for a kill on this Keeper of the Light. He knows that Keeper of the Light is sitting here, and he might actually find him now. But overall, I think it's a bit waste of time. But if they do get the kill, this will also be a tier 1 tower they get. But it's a smart move though. He knows that, okay, he sees his own lane pushing. He knows that Rattlesnake has to know it as well. So yeah, there it is.
Yep, Spike characters, Blink Stream. Killing spree, relocate comes in though, Impale is too early, but they try. Avalanche, misses, KYX by, no TP for you, you're dead. Orange backs off, they do take that tower of course, but they, yeah, they lost their Nyx Assassin, so in the end it's a trade for kills. But the tower of course going their way, in the meantime the bottom tower also goes down. And they're actually looking for Ohio Avalanche, this time it hits, there's a toss, and that should be the kill. And that makes it a double kill for Lanham.
That is really unfortunate. I wish Mushi had TP'd because I think he could have gotten a kill on the Wisp at least.
Mushi is in some trouble though. He's got Dragon Tailed inside the Sprout. Looks for Icy, but is indeed dead before anything else happens. Net wants to try and finish the job. Net, I think you're gonna be kind of outnumbered here, buddy. Run. Run. 1 HP? No? 1 HP. You're fine. 1 HP. I wasn't worried. That's a double kill for Sagam's Keeper of the Light.
Yeah. That was...
I should have been worried.
That was really Mushi a bit overestimating himself. He basically gave the advantage he had away, and I don't know, it felt like he thought he was stronger than this, but playing up against 3 heroes is not what you want to do. He's still fairly close to his Dagon if he really wants to go for it. Once that is up, these engagements should be a lot easier for him because he's going to get an additional burst damage of 400, but he also could have dropped his ultimate in the last engagement. Was a bit hesitant on that one. If he had dropped it, he might have survived. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, might still have died, but I mean, still trading a kill is better than just letting yourself die. I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
Good point. Let's see, Orange though. We have got KYX, he's got that medallion, so he can take down Roshan. There's no ward here for Rattlesnake, apart from up on the high ground here, and that might actually scout out Ohio, but I'm thinking that Rattlesnake don't know that this is going on just yet, though they of course can expect it because there is a Lycan in the pool.
Yeah, they're sending in treants to scout it out, but by the time they get there,
it's too late. With that medallion of course, actually relocate in, they're gonna try and take this. Here comes Cabo, here comes Lanham, Avalanche will be there, KYX by will still be able to kill off the Roshan. Nice Sonic Wave, Cabo will be the one to go down first. Looking for a next one, looking for Lanham, Courier flies in the midst of all of this as well. And Lanham looks to be getting himself out safe. Doesn't look to be so lucky for the Keeper of Light though. He goes down. That's a double kill for KYXY.
Oh, Moshi, he's looking for this Tiny. Can he actually get him? Nah, he's too far away. But overall, a great fight for Orange. They expected this Relocate to come in, and they just separated really smartly. The supports rotated out, and all Rattlesnake could focus on was the Lycan or the Queen of Pain. But by the time they wanted to, they were shackled and disrupted, and it was a really good fight for Orange. They will take a tier 1 tower off of this most likely, because Keeper of the Light was still dead for quite some time, and yeah, they're not going to glyph this up, so it's an easy tier 1 tower for them, and it's a nice amount of map control they get. And Mushi, he's sitting on 2k gold. Maybe he's not going for the Dagon after all. Maybe it's just a part of an Aghanim Scepter.
It could be. Could be. He's taking his time with deciding, at least. They're looking to find a kill here on the bottom lane, maybe. They stick around? No, they actually TP, or at least KYX by TPs. Stopping the top push from going in. We still have the rest rotating though. All tier 1 towers are down, and they might be able to get icy. He tries to TP himself out. Mushi can't stop that from happening, knows it, and doesn't even try.
There's going to be Hand of Midas now on icy, so his farm will be getting a lot. Still, it could have been a lot better early on. Still, he's catching up, and he's a Nature's Prophet, so he should do quite well for himself. And as you mentioned, or as you predicted, Lycan is going for that Necronomicon.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of says that at Orange they have got this, perhaps the idea that they have a time limit, which would be kind of okay actually, because of course Dragon Knight and Tiny will be up against the Queen of Pain and a Lycanthrope. And at some point all the bursts from Queen of Pain won't be able to kill off those two anymore. So yeah, they are fighting up against a bit of a time limit, so at some point they'll be looking to push in hard on a Rattlesnake. The question is when. But when that happens, you do want to have those Necronomicons up. They just help you push.
Yeah, it's going to be a big factor. And it also tells me that Orange is not afraid of this tiny Wisp Relocate just yet. Because if they were, they would buy just mass BKB on everyone. And I think they really feel comfortable playing against that. I mean, they showed in the last game that they definitely can, and the last engagement as well. They just know how to spread, how to actually focus, and it's really nice. And especially with the Shadow Demon now, a really defensive hero, you don't have to be that afraid of Wisp Relocates. And it hasn't been effective for Rattlesnake so far anyway. Oh, bottom lane.
Yeah, looking for Ohio, nice shackle, but it doesn't latch. TPs come in. I'm not sure if they're fast enough though, they're up against very fast heroes here. Won't be able to chase this. And I mean, we see the same thing that was here in the previous game in terms of map control. We've got one ward up for Rattlesnake, and it's just one on the middle lane. Same kind of like mirrored position of where we found the previous one in the last game. Just a fairly defensive ward there. While Orange, they have got Rattlesnake's jungle covered, they've got the Roche pit covered, and they've even got a very aggressive lane in between the tier 1s. As Tiny actually still relocates, finds Windrunner. Windrunner buys back though. It wasn't actually a relocate, they cancel relocate out. Here comes the Impale though, Sonic Wave as well. Kabu is gonna leave his teammate behind and tries to TP himself out. With Disruption will be there in time, and that should be a kill going the way of Orange. Again, 2 kills on the board. They lose their Windrunner for it, but I think they're not gonna be too sad about that.
Yeah, they really aren't, because they just got 2 very important kills. Mushi's actually going Necronomicon as well, so not sure if you actually mentioned that, but yeah, they just trading really efficiently at this point. Trading a Windrunner, of course, for those 2 heroes is very well worth it, and they can, with those Necrobooks, if they level them up fast, they can just trade very efficiently on those 2 kills. Next time around, when they get these 2 kills, they will actually get tier 2 towers out of it.
Yeah, we just said, like, with Necronomicon you expect the team to at some point go pushing, right? Because they have got this time limit. So you would expect Rattlesnake to be able to fight back. And that when that happens, but Nature's Prophet actually still went for Midas, a really late one, might I add. Apparently they think that the game is far from over, and otherwise, of course, you wouldn't pick up Hand of Midas, because Hand of Midas needs a bit of time before it earns itself back. But still an interesting pickup, as Orange will continually build those Necronomicons, and when they have their level 3s, I'm thinking tier 2 towers, Aegis again, and then tier 3 towers.
Yeah, I agree. But it feels like Rattlesnake, they want to take it late. because Lenham, he is going for a bit of a race car farming build. Last game around, he just finished the Aghanim's as soon as he could after the Yasha. This time around, he even built drums before that, so I think they want to go late game a bit, especially, as you mentioned, the Hand of Midas on the Niche Prophet, and he just wants to farm, and become a semi-carry at some point later in the game. It feels like they just want to delay. They do have the Keeper of the Light, so if they do want to counter push and play a bit, turtle a bit, I think they can, but they really have to be ballsy and have to be very careful, especially now that there's 2 necro books level 2 in the game, and soon level 3, so yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio went...
Sorry?
Yeah. The Keeper of the Light is going to hurt himself a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio actually went for one as well soon after the mech.
Well, then he's not just gonna hurt himself, then Keeper of the Light is gonna kill himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Needs 2 Illuminates to do that, but still, I mean, you can either buy Pipe to stop the Illuminates, or you can just kill the Keeper of Light, or have him kill himself. Pretty successful. As Icy will TP himself out. I mean, Orange playing fairly passive at the moment. Still, of course, farming more. They are ahead in gold, but not by that much. It's just almost 5k gold, which is really not that much at this time of the game. Same thing goes for the experience, but then again, we only have got 16 kills this game. So the difference also not that high. Only 2 kills difference per team.
Yeah,
it's going
really,
well for both teams actually.
Yeah. Oh. Luo, careful.
Turns himself into the dragon form. Mushi in some trouble. Tier 2 tower still drops. Mushi backs himself out, just walks himself out. Relocate went in there as well. KYX by mana leaked, running until his mana is gone because he can. Still chasing down Kabu. Kabu who will relocate back in 1 second, and that's gonna be Orange without a victim there, even though they did take down the tier 2 tower. All 5 heroes of Orange were around there, and of course we still had the Nature's Prophet farming in the jungle, so he wasn't there for Rattlesnakes. The downside is though he couldn't really split push because the tier 1 tower that he might have wanted to have was on the top lane, where of course Orange was as well, and the bottom lane was already pushed out, and middle lane wasn't really safe, so it's kind of tough to try and go for a split push on something like that when you don't really have a place where you can safely push. And that's gonna be a Necronomicon 3. Up on the Queen of Pain.
And on the Lycan as well.
Yep.
In general, as you mentioned, Orange just doing a great job at keeping every lane pushed out, so even if Nature's Prophet and Tiny wanted to split push, they couldn't do it properly. I mean, they're trying to do something top now, but in the meantime, I think Orange will feel comfortable trading this tier 1 tower for something else, like on the bottom tower maybe, because Mushi's making a move already. I think the supports will smoke, they're going to smoke up down there as well. Lycan TP's down, so they're going to trade tier 1 tower for tier 2 tower, and this tier 2 tower is really important for map control over the Radiant jungle, and of course future Roshan fights, so oh, now Shadow Demon now baited TP top, forced him out already. This is how afraid Rattlesnake actually is.
Yeah, Saga might be in some trouble here. Yep. Showed himself a little bit too much there. We'll end up paying for it. Yeah, it does look like Rattlesnake tries to do something top. They are not backing off just yet. They are also trying to take down the tier 1 middle. But their own tier 2 will drop. And we might even see Orange continuing on until the tier 3, until they're getting stopped. Buyback from the Keeper of the Light. But with the Howl, with the Necronomicons, this is a lot of damage going through already.
Yeah, and they don't have a glyph
nice
anymore,
spike
so this tier 3 tower should fall fairly easily.
Oh, nice. Dragon Tail, but Disruption will be there. Tower still alive, but not for long. In comes the wolf form, looking for a target, can't find it, pops wolves. And gets mana leaked and runs himself out because he can. Keeps running around without mana, it's cool. Rattlesnake is able to force them out for now. I mean, this went really fast.
It really did. This tier 3 tower fell so quickly. Oh, is Rattlesnake actually looking for a kill right now?
Yeah, but they failed. And Lanham will take a Sonic Wave to the face, will end up going down there as Kabu leaves by himself, didn't think about taping his teammate with him. Luo will be the next target and will go down as well. That's 2 cores dead on the side of Rattlesnake. 1 IO coming in, and he'll probably not make it out alive. Or really nicely done. Tether himself back. Avalanche. There's a little bit of damage there. Rattlesnake though holding their ground. And Orange, mechanism up. But they won't go back in again, they actually TP. get
Yeah,
out
they're
of
just
here.
going to regen up because Mushi waste, or not wasted, but spend a lot of mana down there. But this will be Roche, something that I think Rattlesnake. I'm not sure if they can actually contest this because they're really starved in terms of items. They just bought back on two heroes, the Keeper of the Light and the Tiny. I mean, he's still sitting on 3k gold, but overall, Orange just really far ahead, and this Roshan, yeah, he's already dead just by looking at him. And they can just do this whole thing over again. Just push down bottom lane.
And they smoke up, looking for a new target, but it's a Delta split here. We only have supports roading bottom. They might be able to find a solo Lanham. I don't think they can kill him. They could kill Kabu though if they see him by himself. Vendetta is already used. Looking for a target. They both past them, so X. Whoa. Mushi might find them though. Hello. Hello, Governor. Avalanche. Mushi might be in some trouble. Where's the Nyx? Here comes the Impale. Disruption there as well. Keeping Mushi safe. And Kabu will be the one to farm with 1 hit to go. Mushi will indeed live on. To be a happy bunny.
I think Lanham actually expected this to be an illusion because he only used the Avalanche. If he had actually used his full Avalanche toss combo, it would have been a dead Mushi. But he was like, just an illusion, Avalanche. Oh wait, it's the real thing. And then yeah, really unfortunate because Mushi would have been dead from this combination.
Yeah, nice disruption from Net coming in, of course, as well. I mean, yeah. And also nice from X to make sure that he didn't went for the greedy thing, so went just for the fast Impale rather than getting the Vendetta off as well. And with this, Orange can try to take down something here on the bottom lane. They still have the Aegis. Of course, they only just got it, so they'll have it for a little while longer. And
yeah,
look to be going high
they have
ground.
everything up. They have the mech, they have the 2 Necrobooks, so this should be Rax.
Yeah, waiting for the Howl actually, not yet used. There goes the Howl. Here comes the Impale. BKB's turned on a plenty though. Lanham already goes up on X. 1 more hit needed. Doesn't get it. Vendetta keeps him safe. In the meantime, Luo went for the BKB as well. Can't find the Wolf. Wolves backs up. BKB's end again. Shackle up on Lanham. Is there enough damage? In comes another Dragon Tail, but the Impale will keep Lanham in place. Wolf is the one to drop. But he, of course, has got the Aegis up. Lanham still, of course, died. As we saw. Sprout up on Ohio. But everybody, Rattlesnake is forced back into the base, which is nice. Because they live. So nice for Rattlesnake, but they will lose their racks for it. In the meantime, Ohio with the 4-staff. Blink Dagger up on the Nyx Assassin. The ranged racks. Not dying just yet, but it's not close. And I think that Orange is going to be quite happy with this. Oh, disruption there. Mushi really wants to take the racks. Gets a Dragon Tail though. It might be slightly too greedy. Sprout up. Nice blinding light. Clearing out the trees. Looking for a way out. Ohio. Yep. We'll be out. We'll be safe. There's 1 set of racks down. And this is Orange backing off. Recuperating until they can go again top or middle.
Yeah, that was a really good fight once more by Orange. Just separating the Tiny from the rest of his team. He was most of the time he was just standing by himself in the middle of Orange's team. Well, Mushi and KYXY kept the rest busy. Actually got a few kills as well. So good fight for them. They got the complete racks on the bottom lane, which is not too bad because they do have Tiny and Nature's Prophet, 2 rather good pushers. Even though Tiny doesn't have his Aghanim's just yet, but. Or actually, he's really far away from it. He hasn't even built it to begin with. But yeah, it's not too bad for Rattlesnake. But what's to say that Orange just go on another lane, just do the same thing?
Yeah, I mean we saw this previous game as well. They just don't have the right kind of control to be able to make the ganks happen. So then you've got an IO that is almost useless. Lanham will therefore be forced to go into a bit of a heavy carry role. And even though he's able to do that, they're just not having the burst to take everybody down of Orange fast enough. They don't have the disable, or at least they have some, but it's not enough. On top of that, they're getting constantly disabled. The moment they're having 1 disable there, the Shackle or the Impale, there's going to be more there to follow it up, and they'll die in that duration. And Luo, even though he's able to stay alive for a long time, he doesn't have that damage either, so Rattlesnake really needs some damage if they want to try to hold on to the rest of their base. Something that Orange will of course prevent, and also something that Orange should look to take down sooner rather than later, because they don't have that much time, because at some point Rattlesnake will have the damage, as Nature's Prophet just TP'd into his death apparently.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. But I totally agree. I think Orange should close the lid on this game quite soon. I mean, they shouldn't really give away too much farm on the Nature's Prophet or the Tiny. But to be fair, Tiny, as of this point, as you mentioned, I mean, his damage output is really good, but his attack speed is really low. Slow. Well, yeah, it's really low, and he gets kited really easily. And Orange is playing it really great so far. They don't even need BKBs on their team because they're just evading all those stuns and bursts coming out from Rattlesnake, with just having enough heal, having the disruption, and being very mobile on the Queen of Pain and the Windrunner. So Rattlesnake, they really can't seem to take a team fight at this point, and I think they should go for a pick off before the team fight engages and fight 5v4.
Kabu just gets continuously hit by the Shadow Poison. Only now he doesn't actually, but he already has got 4 stacks. Kind of funny. In the meantime, tier 2 tower will indeed go down. This is not a tower that Rattlesnake will probably want to defend. I mean, actually, never mind that. Here they go in. Dragon Tail already up in Ohio. In comes the BKBs though. It is going to be KYX Mite. It's taking a ton of damage here. They have to try and run perhaps. Well, look at Luo and Lanham just standing there, keeping themselves up. It will still be Icy to go down first. Mushi blinks himself away into safety, screams, and actually gets a kill on the Io, on Kabu. Ohio still alive on this as well. Can he find a shackle, perhaps? Mushi jumps himself in again, gets himself another kill, goes down with it though as Tiny gets the last hit on her. Double kill for Mushi in the end is 3 for 2 on the kill score in favor of Rattlesnakes. And I mean, this is something that we could have seen coming, perhaps.
Yeah, and definitely. It was a great move by Rattlesnake to actually engage on Ohio. Ohio, after all, has the mech. He's actually quite easy to kill with all the burst damage, and if he gets disabled from actually using the mech, they can burst everyone else down quite easily as well. And the Lycan took a lot of damage just trying to help him, and because he was disrupted after he was stunned down, Ohio couldn't use the mech properly. I think he still got it off, but he didn't really save the Lycanthrope.
No, he saved himself with it.
Yeah, he saved himself with it, but I think Lycanthrope took a lot of damage as well. And Mushi, I think he wasn't even in range for the mech, so he didn't get healed up as well. Played a bit ballsy, just blinking around, getting a few kills. After all, well, he died, but I still think it wasn't too bad for him. And it was a good fight for Rattlesnake, yeah.
It definitely was. And I mean, I just said, like, maybe they don't want to fight. But that, of course, helped them a little bit, because Orange wasn't expecting them to go in either. You expect teams to defend at the chances, or where the chances are highest. So, on high ground, near tier 3, where you know that you have the advantage. But Rattlesnake, they just went in, and therefore caught Orange a little bit by surprise, and were able to take the fight. Mushi's still able to get a double kill, though. Of course, she died, but that was only the second time that she died.
Exactly, and this is something they have to look out for. Mushi getting a lot of kills. He's getting closer to the Scythe of Vice, so this is something that's a big issue for them. Because the BKBs, I think they're going on, yeah, they're 7 seconds on DK's BKB, 8 seconds, okay. That's still not too bad, but once those BKB timers go down and down and down, Mushi's Scythe of Vice is going to be more and more effective. At the same time, though, I really like the pickups on Rattlesnake. They pick up 2 Helm of Dominators on the Niche's Prophet and the DK. Just being able to dominate those Necronomicons, so they don't push in as badly.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, we haven't seen Keeper of Light killing himself yet either, by the way. He's only got level 3 in Illuminate, so that helps a little bit. He's gone for the famous 3-3-3 build, which is not something that you see every day, but of course he went for the Mana Leak very early, and it worked out great against the Lycanthrope. I mean, you can't slow him down, you have to stun him if you want to stop the Lycanthrope, and therefore just Mana Leak will help out a ton just to force him to stand still and not running around like a crazy dog.
Yeah, the Mana Leak in general is a really good spell to have against the Queen of Pain and Windrunner. They're really mobile heroes that like to just kite and run around and just have multiple positions in the team fight where they can actually engage on or disengage from, and having this Mana Leak helps them out a lot. But you mentioned he can't really kill himself against the Necronomicons. Well, he didn't, because he was always, well, most of the time he was picked off before they even pushed with the Necronomicons. So I still want to see it though. I just kind of, I don't know, would be funny. Yeah, kinda. Did you watch the video where I think it was some pros stacking together where they bought 5 blade mails against